Hey guys, thank you all so much for your support on my last Olympia predictions video. If you didn't see that one, go ahead and check it out. I got a link in the comment section below for the open class. Today, here's my top 10 predictions for the Classic Physique division. I'm going to try to make this list as accurate as I can, given the circumstances with, the reweight and height check-ins. We'll see how it affects the athletes on show day, but without further ado, for honorable mentions, I have Jae Park, Eric Wildberger, Al Sarafi, and Justin Batterina. For this Olympia, we have Wesley Vissers out. We got Urs moving to open, C-Bum stepping down from the throne, so we got a lot of open slots for these guys to fight for. Coming in at number 10, I have Michael Daboul. He's a veteran, always comes in pretty consistent. I wasn't really impressed, though, with this showing at the Dubai, against a weak lineup. I honestly think he looked better at the Arnold Classic, where he lost to Grego, Sommerfeld, and Logan Franklin. But I got him coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 9, I have Matheus Menegatti, one of my Brazilian brothers. He looked really good at the Texas Pro. He has a great structure, great balance, great flow. One underrated thing that not too many people talk about in terms of bodybuilding in general is the skin quality. He has great quads, but if you look at his skin, he has really bad acne issues with his quads, and I think it does take away. I think the judges do see that. I know it's often overlooked, and we don't talk about it as much in the bodybuilding scene, but it's definitely something that he needs to work on. But all in all, he has great flow. I think he can do some serious damage in the top 10. Number 8, I have One Punch Nas. I mean, wow, guys, just look at that frame. He definitely has one of the craziest X frames in Classic, and personally one of my favorite bodybuilders right now. And he beat Menegay at the Tampa Pro, which is why I have him here at 8th. Another reason why I have him at 8th is his conditioning. At the Tampa Pro, he looked a bit soft. He's going to need to bring next level conditioning if he wants to push any of the guys that are in the top 6. But if you want to talk about just raw potential, I mean, look at that waist. This guy can, and I foresee him in the next few years winning the Olympia. He just needs time. Coming in at number 7, I have Matt Grego. This guy, he has an interesting physique. I don't know if I would consider it classic, if you can even say that nowadays. I don't think he has as much of a classic physique as the other guys above him, but what he does have that's undeniable is insane quads, insane conditioning, and he's a taller guy. A lot of these taller guys have a bit of an advantage, I'd say. But he's one of those guys, if you want to bring up the argument of muscularity and definition versus classic flow. What do you guys think? Do you think that the Classic Physique Olympia should be judged more off of classic flow proportions, or, muscularity and definition, or a blend of the both? I personally lean more towards flow itself, but I do think that both are important. Because I feel like we need to set the standard for what classic physique is and find our identity, because if we're just open with the weight cap, I don't think that's where classic physique should head. But anyway, and coming in number 6, I have Breon. No words really needed for him. I mean, a veteran, Olympia winner, which makes it interesting because when we do these predictions, these comparisons, since Breon won in Olympia, he's already qualified. We haven't been able to see how he stacks up against these other guys. He doesn't need to prove himself again with a pro qualifier. So I see him coming in at 6th. It's very close, I feel like, with him and who I got in 5th place. But coming in at 6th, I got Breon, best back dub in Classic. I mean, consistent. Coming in at number 5, I have Hosema. Now, Breon did beat him last year, but guys, as we saw in New York, Hosema really did push Terrence. He pushed him, so I think that's a clear indicator that Hosema is going to be able to come into the top 5 and place better than last year. But the question is, will his conditioning and back be able to make up for the lack of quads he has in the front? So, as you guys can see, his outer sweeps aren't there. I've even seen people online talk about how he's capped out. He'll never be able to change that, so he should just move to open. I don't know how I feel about that, but let me know what you guys think about that. Coming in at number 4, I have Logan Franklin. Now, this guy, if you want to talk about the argument, who has a classic physique, this guy, man, He came in insane at the Arnold. At the Arnold, where he placed second against Mike Sommerfeld, he looked insane, and that has been his best look to date. He did not look that good in the Florida Pro, where he won his Olympic qualification. He's gonna need to come in tighter because he does have a weaker back. It's not as wide. It's very detailed, but he is going to struggle a bit from the back. He's going to be fighting an uphill battle, so he needs to bring that conditioning that he brought to the Arnold. But I do have him coming in at fourth. Coming in at number three, I have Ramon. And guys, everyone's talking about the reweigh-ins for Mike. It's going to affect Ramon just as much. I mean, he gets up to around 270 in the offseason. And when these guys have to cut so much weight like that, so much muscle, especially, it's gonna affect how you look on. It's gonna affect how you look on show day. I mean, just look at Urs. That's the whole reason why he switched to the open class. So I think that's gonna affect Ramon for sure. And if he looks too stringy, like he was trying to lose too much weight too fast, it's gonna affect him. I have him coming in at third. He hasn't been consistent, and this is coming from me. I'm Brazilian. I've been rooting for Ramon, but the inconsistencies we've seen with his posing. 2022 was his biggest shot, but I just don't see him placing against the next two guys. So coming in number two, I have Mike. Guys, Mike might not even be on this list at all on Olympia Day. It's going to be very, very hard to lose 5 pounds. Because if you lose your weigh-in, if you don't hit weight, they'll give you an hour. You can lose a little bit in an hour, but Mike is not going to be able to drop that weight if he does get heightened in at 5'7". 5'6" and change. He's not going to make it. So we'll see. He's just the most complete guy right now. I feel like the updates we've seen, they're not his final form. On stage, we're just going to have to wait and find out. But if it doesn't affect him too much, he can take the first spot. But coming in at number one, I have the man himself, Mr. Classic Physique, Ruff Diesel. Guys, he's coming to win it all. He took the time off that he needed to bring up what everyone said he needed to, was mass. He's got the mass, and he's got all the tools he needs, man. He has the conditioning. If you guys have seen these recent updates, I think that he should set the standard, and he will set the standard, man. He has to. He's such a complete classic physique, and I'm rooting for him, man. Who do you guys think is going to win this year's Classic Physique Olympia? Let me know what you guys think. And like I said, y'all, thank you guys so much for the support on my last video. I'm going to keep making these videos, maybe some more new content for you guys to enjoy. And let me know if there's anything you guys would like to see in the future as well. But thank you so much for watching. Matt Moves Mass out.